Okay, welcome students to part 7 of your solid states chapter. Okay, till now you have been learning about learning about solids, like theoretically how solids are classified. Ionic solids, covalent solids, depending on the chemical bonding between them. Crystalline solids, what are amorphous solids by now. Then the different arrangement, what is unit cell, what is crystal lattice, what are the different arrangement, 14 types of brevis lattices and all. Okay, so now we will be moving further ahead into the study of solids, wherein you will be slowly knowing about how efficiently any solid is packed. For example, I will just give you a day-to-day life example. Okay, for example, if you are packing sweets in a box, okay, you have any shape of sweets. For example, if you have laddus or you have barfi in a box, and you are asked to pack it. Okay, so economically, okay, for marketing purpose, the more number of sweets which you can pack in a smaller area, the more efficient it is. Correct? So you will spend less money on the box size, you will spend lesser overall. Correct? So for efficient packing of that sweet in the box, for example, you consider laddus. So for efficient packing of the laddus, what will you consider? The first thing, okay, so you will be thinking as to how many will fit in your original box. Correct? So if you are given, okay, you have to take this box and fit as many as possible. So you have to know how many laddus will fit into that box. Correct? Also, for that sake, you will measure what is the length of the box, what is the width of the box. I'm talking about economical purposes, okay, not your household things. So you will measure the length and the width of the box, or even in the packaging of you say any tablets or anything, you will measure the length, width, etc. And in the end, you will come to a conclusion like, okay, in this length and width, these many amounts of sweets fit, or these many amounts of tablets fit, and then you will calculate the efficiency of that container, right? How much space is used, how much is wasted, etc. Correct? This is all on your technical. If it does not fit, if you want 10 tablets in one strip, and if they are not fitting in that, then of course you have to increase your packing size, right? So in that way, using the same concept, here you have to study how the solids are packed. Here we are talking of chemical compounds and their molecular arrangement, the arrangement at a very small level. Okay, so here basically you will have to study it in 3 parts. Okay, first part is the number of atoms in a unit cell, or it is also called as the rank of the unit cell. Okay, so number of atoms in a unit cell means what? Now you may ask, we have already seen that, right? In a unit cell, how many atoms are present in one? Okay, so firstly we will be seeing about simple or primitive cubic unit cell. Now this diagram, as you can see here, this one cube, this is one unit cell. Okay, not this. Okay, let me be clear, this is one unit cell, one cube is one unit cell. So where are our atoms kept? They are kept at the corners of the unit cell. In the simple unit cell, they are present at the corners. Now the blue color block here is kept where? It is at one corner. Correct? It is at the corner. Just like this, they are present at all these corners. Okay, this I have just represented one of them. So what happens in a primitive cubic unit cell? This atom is shared between 8 unit cells. How? This is one unit cell, this is another 2, 3, 4, okay, and 4 below, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so can you imagine like if you live in an apartment, okay, if you take one corner of your apartment, then that particular point is shared between 4 rooms, correct, or 8 rooms if that arrangement is there. This point in the same way will be shared between 8 blocks, 4 on top and 4 below. Okay, so what is rank of the unit cell? Rank is nothing but the number of atoms in a unit cell. So what happens? Each atom present at the corner is divided by 1/8. Okay, so each atom present at the corner is divided into 8. Okay, so it is not the whole atom which is present in one unit cell. Okay, and number of atoms present in the unit cell are how many? 1 at each corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 atoms that way present in the 8 corners. So 1 atom is equal to 1/8. So it will be 1/8 into 8, which is equal to 1. Okay, so technically there is only 1 atom present per unit cell in a simple or primitive cubic unit cell. Okay, that's why its rank is 1. So if in entrance exams and all, if this term rank comes, don't get confused. It is simply the number of atoms in the unit cell. The simple cubic unit cell rank is 1. Next, body centered cubic unit cell. Now you know what is body centered. Body centered means 1 atom present at the center of the body. So this atom which is present in the center, is it divided into any unit cell? No, the whole atom is available for this whole unit cell. Okay, it is inside the body. So the contribution of each atom within the body center is equal to 1. Okay, this lattice possesses 8 atoms on the corners here as usual and 1 atom within the body. So the atoms at the corners are divided into 1/8. Okay, 1/8 into 8, that is 1 atom. These corner atoms contribute to 1 atom, and the total number of atoms is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and hence its rank is 2. Okay, so for the body centered cubic unit cell, the rank is 2, or the number of atoms present is 2. Okay. The third is the face centered cubic cell. Okay, so in addition to the corners, the atoms are present on the center of each faces here. So the total number of atoms will be how many? 1/8. This is for the corner atoms plus half into 6. What is this half into 6? Okay, so now when we say face centered, there is 1 atom present at each face of the cube. So each face, if for example, if you consider this one, okay, this face is sharing its wall with another unit cell, correct? So this atom present on the face of that will be divided into 2. It will be shared between 2 unit cells. Hence, each one you have to divide by half. And how many faces are there? There are 6 faces. Okay, so that's why half into 6, which will give you a total of 4 atoms. So the rank is 4. So in the face centered cubic cell, there are 4 atoms present in the your per unit cell. And the last is hexagonal. The rank for hexagonal you can directly remember is 6. Okay, hexa 6. Okay, why 6? So total atoms here is 1/6 into 12. Here there are 2 possibilities. Here there are 3 atoms at the center. Okay, so those are the 3 atoms plus 2 atoms on the opposite faces, top and bottom, that is half into 2, plus each corner is divided into 12 more unit cells, hence 6 more unit cells, and totally there are 12 atoms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6 here, total 12. So 1/6 into 12, that is, if you add all this, it gives you 6, and anyway you can remember it directly. Okay, for hexagonal the rank is 6, hexa 6. The next thing we will be talking about is the packing fraction. Okay, or as I said, the packing efficiency. But before that, I like to tell you the second point. Okay.